on destiny. The elder said, I hope you find what you're looking for. Find a girl, settle down, move on from the broken heart. If love is meant for you, then love will find its way.
Action.
You know what it is, y'all, Black politics and black families. We got my man Furquan Stafford here.
Yes, sir.
You running.
Yes, sir.
I hear you online, I see you online.
I'm here.
Tell me about what's going on. What you got going on right now?
Well, my name is Furquan Stafford, and I'm running for Georgia State Senate District 10. District 10 consists of DeKalb County, parts of Henry County, McDonough, and Stockbridge. Also, with the new map, Avondale is included in that district, so I'll be representing the people in District 10 to the fullest, respectfully.
I like that.
Yes.
What made you want to run?
You know, in October of this year, I was in my biblical studies, and about 15 minutes after I got out of my studies, I heard the voice of the Lord tell me, hey man, I want you to run for a political office. Now, let's be clear, I'm no politician, and there's nothing wrong with being in the politics. So my approach is different. So I didn't know if I was gonna run in federal or state, so about maybe 3 days later, I had got clarification. So I'm glad that I had listened, because like maybe a week later, I received a call from Congressman Hank Johnson's office, and they was telling me that me and my wife was receiving the 2023 Unsung Hero Award for our organization, the Stafford Boxing Club Mentoring Program, for the impact that we are having in the community with at-risk youth. So that's where I'm at, and that's what started me.
But your story is a little interesting, because you're not just running, you running.
Yeah.
Right? So you running as a black Republican.
Hey, boy, that letter R for real. You know what that letter R in Republican stand for?
Tell me.
Real. I'm a real one.
Your camera right there. You want to tell your camera?
Oh, respectfully. The letter R in Republican stand for real, and I'm a real one. Now, peep game though, but in the black community, the letter R in Republican stands for racist. That's what we've been conditioned to believe, that Republican Party is a racist party, right? But I also believe that the letter R in Republican stands for relationships and representation, right? In the state of Georgia, the Georgia government is controlled by the Republican Party. The House is Republican, the Senate is Republican, and the governor is Republican, right? I just discovered this week that the Democrats left $500 million on the table.
Come again?
The Democrats left $500 million on the table. Raphael, peep game. When I go down to the Georgia State Capitol, I'm looking, I'm observing, I'm learning. One of the things that I see that's disturbing is that I see the white politicians in the hallway. They have an engagement. They talking. Hey man, listen, I'm finna, push this policy. I want you to know if I'm gonna get your vote, etc. And I see a few black folks just talking amongst each other, right? I'm into bipartisanship, meaning that you need to have relationships on both sides if your objective is to serve the community, right? So there is not one black Republican, one black Republican on the Senate side at the Georgia State Capitol. So in the black community, they say, well, man, the white Republicans, man, they don't understand what the black folks going through in the black community. Well, it's kind of hard when you don't have no representation, when you don't have a voice. So you say, Stafford, what makes you different as a black Republican than a black Democrat? Well, if we have a policy, right, and the policy is the same, I believe that the Republican Party will allow my policy to go through quicker than it would the Democrat, for the simple reason is the Republican Party wants to demonstrate that they are inclusive, right? Now, me...
Are they truly inclusive?
Listen, from what I've experienced so far, man, they have opened their arms up to me. Now, understand this now. I'm not going in there naive, right? And I will say this on the record, though, Raphael. I ran across some good old boys. I'm talking about some rednecks, Republicans, And at first it was a little hesitation, right? Because of the perception that they see on social media as it relates to our black men in the community, right? But as time went on and I get to talking to them and we just having conversation, man, they began to open up. And I will say, man, that those are some loyal, passionate, good people, man. It's just the perception that's being spread in our community. You know, one of the things I don't like, Raphael, we don't see the black Democrats until voting season. And they come in the black community and they start spreading this fear tactic.
What's that? What does that look like? What's the fear tactic? What's
saying like, man, the white Republicans, you know, they not for you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Now, we've elected black officials on the state level in our community. They've been in positions for years. Our community ain't changed. So you can't say it's the Republicans because there's not a Republican in the black community in the leadership position. Man, you know what, I was doing some...
What's the motive behind that? Because you get people that look like you, that's supposed to vote in your interests or for how the community votes, and they don't. So why is it happening? What's going on there?
Raphael, listen to me, fam. Listen to me. It's a lot of pimping going on, bro.
Explain.
I'm not a racist. I love white people. Matter of fact, I got my boy over there. All right. However, you got the white liberals or the pimps. You got the black Democrats or the hoes, right? So most of us black folks come from poverty, right? So the white liberals come and say, hey, man, I'm going to put you in office. I'm going to put some money behind you, whatever. When you get elected, I'm going to need you to, you know, sign off on this policy and push it through. And I'm going to need you to push this program in your community. Now, Raphael, say, bruh, peep game. I was at McDonald's on Panola. Dude, Buddy don't even work at McDonald's. He got a 9 with an extendo clip in his pants. Hear what I'm saying, bro? This is the type of foolishness that's going on under black leadership who says that the Republican Party is racist. You get what I'm saying? So, me personally, I did my research. I was like, man, I'm inspired by Frederick Douglass. That's why I'm a Republican. You understand? I'm talking about, you got to think about during that time. You're talking about a slave, bro. A slave. A slave was willing to risk his life for education, bro.
Yeah.
Back then, if a black man was caught learning how to read and write, that's a lynching.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, he had the president of the United States as his friend. Abraham Lincoln would go to him and have conversations on, hey man, what you think I should do about making the decisions to run the country? We talking about slavery. So just think about the intellect and the respect level of this black man, right? That's who inspired me to be a Republican.
Yeah. But times have changed now, right? And things are much different than it was then, right? Because he was born with 18.
Yeah.
He couldn't read. He learned to read, and a beautiful story. But things are a little bit different. So some people would say that the Democratic Party does have the interests of black people now, and that they can't control all people, right? Just like you can't control all Republicans. So how do you win in a Democratic district when people are conditioned to certain leadership and certain things from the Democratic Party?
Raphael, first of all, that's cap, big cap. As I say, that's cappuccino. All right? And what I mean...
Trademark that, somebody.
Yeah, cappuccino. So, principles are principles. In your album, you talked about the American EP2. You talk about 2 men, right? 2 journeys. One takes Shahada, the other one get baptized. But at the same time, they searching for God, right? The principles that Frederick Douglass stood on in 18 It's still relevant in 2024. I'm a living witness to it. Let me give you an example when I mean about education. 4 years ago, me and my wife, we was sleeping in the car. First we had landlord-tenant issue. We had about 12 bands saved up. We were like, baby, we're gonna take this money, we're gonna go get us a condo. When our lease was up, we were just having a whole bunch of problems. So we were driving around trying to get whoop-de-whoop. Nothing went through. We ended up just sleeping in the car. The car broke down. Transmission and the engine went out. This was like in the wintertime, like around November, right? My wife, she 47 at the time. My wife never been to college, right? I said, baby, this is the time that you go to school. The Lord spoke to me, right? Raphael, we was on Wesley Chapel. And you know what's crazy? That's my district. In the parking lot where the laundromat is and when the precision tune-up place is, right? For 8 months, we was in front of the laundromat. We would walk down to the library and we would get on the computer. My wife had registered to enter at Georgia State. They accepted her to go to the perimeter campus off of Clarkston on Memorial Drive. My wife was getting up and walking like 3 miles to the bus stop, 4:30 in the morning. I said, baby, listen, you gotta be willing to die for this education. If our community dying for senseless stuff like, you know, $5 or a woman or some Jordans or some clothes, Frederick Douglass inspired me, man, you gotta be willing to die for this education.
Right.
My wife was wearing the same stuff for about all week long. The kids, the younger kids was laughing at her. I said, baby, just keep your head down. Just keep grinding. My wife went all the way through full course from fall, spring, and summer, right? We got a little financial aid, right? I said, baby, I'm gonna take care of the largest, you know, we would just, at first we were sleeping in the car, right? And then we ended up going behind the precision tune-up, right? So it was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve. Me and my wife, we wanted to get a hotel room and sleep in the bed because we ain't slept in the bed in a long time, right? Now, we had membership to LA Fitness, so we go take a shower, work out, etc. You know, Lord said, hey man, you make sure your health is good. You know what I mean? Work out, you got a place to take a shower, whoop the whoop. So, man, we go to the hotel, sleep, come back. Next thing you know, we get out the Uber. My wife said, hey man, the car ain't there. Everything we own, Raphael, was in that car. I'm talking about birth certificate, I'm talking about everything. I said, okay. My wife said, I'm gonna give God all the praise and glory. All right, I said, okay, babe, cool. So it was it's a motel right there on the corner behind the Shell. So I went there. I said, man, I need to get room for the night. He gave us a room, whatever. Went in the room, bro, roaches everywhere, right? Got up the next morning, went down to the front office, said, hey, man, look, bro, roaches, you know what I'm saying? He said, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you half of it, say no more. I called one of my good white friends, Republican, Ralph Watson from Butts County, old white man. He said, man, I got a truck. I told him, I said, man, I ain't got no vehicle. He said, man, can you get down to Butts County? I said, I'm gonna get there. I made a couple calls, had my partner, Richard, come pick me and my wife up. We drive all the way to Butts County. Ralph gave me the truck, and he gave me the title to the car. You know how much Ralph charged me?
Nothing.
$1. And at the time, Raphael, I ain't even have $1. Right?
Yeah.
Not only that, he gave me and my wife $700. Now, I've been knowing Ralph a long time, right? I'm talking about Ralph is like, when I say he won Confederate flags type Republican back in the day.
Yeah.
But at the same time.
Not our Ralph, y'all, not our Ralph.
No. But the thing about it though, man, his heart, bro. And the loyalty. And one of the things that I love about the Republican Party, bro, is that family, bro. And see, that's what's missing in our community, right? And I feel like the Democrat Party has
Misled?
destroyed our young black men.
But not everybody in the Democratic Party, right? Like, I mean, you
Hey,
have
man,
some you have some good actors. You have
Hey,
some
man,
or a
hey,
good.
it's cap going on, bruh. Everybody, listen, when I go to the Georgia State Capitol, bruh, it's a lot of egos on the black side. I was having a conversation with Misha Maynard. She said, man, when I switched sides from the Democrat to Republican Party, bruh, I was able to get things done. She said it's less stressful. Everybody jockeying for position. You got egos. Oh, I'm so this. But at the same time, bro, what you there for? You supposed to be there to serve the constituents that voted you in.
Well, let me ask you this question: how will you, being a black Republican, improve the lives of black families?
First of all,
What's your goal there? And thank you for sharing that story. That was a strong story, and I'm glad that God blessed your situation, and you are here with us now.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
let's clap it up for survivors, right? Let's clap it up for
appreciate that.
survivors.
Thank you, thank you.
And like they say, won't he do it, right? So,
God.
so thanks for sharing that. But how can you, being a black Republican, help black families who traditionally have voted Democrat, who feel loyalty to the party? How can you help them? Because they talking about, you ask the average black person, they want to know about healthcare. They want to know about economic mobility. They want to know about job security. They want to know about law enforcement and our relationships. So what does that look like?
First of all, I've been happily married to my wife, Sheila, for 15 years. All right.
Congratulations.
We got married in 3 weeks of meeting each other.
Yeah.
All right. One of the things that separates me from a lot of people is that me and my wife do everything together. So if you go in the community off of Panola, you go to the LA Fitness, and you say you go to Walmart, just all around the community, because I'm known. You go to Panola Way Elementary School, whatever, Lithonia Middle School, you say, hey man, what about Stafford? Oh, you talking about him and his wife? See, every time they mention me, they mention her, right? So without the presence of a man in the household, bro, that's why we see a lot of young men acting the way that they do, right? Mm-hmm. Now,
What do you mean by that when you say acting the way that they do?
With no discipline, right? If there was a father figure in the house, I think that a lot of these young boys wouldn't act the way that they act or carry themselves the way that they carry themselves.
Understood.
Right? Prime example, you. When I saw your son, the first thing I saw him doing was reading. Mm-hmm. I looked at his pants, they were pulled up. Mm-hmm. I looked at the polo shirt, it was clean. I sized him up.
Yeah, that's what we do, right?
I sized him up.
Yeah.
I said, man, okay, I can see that Raphael is very present in his community. Yeah. Now, let's talk about this health care, because that's very important to me. Let me look in this camera. When I am state senator for District 10.
Get up in there now.
Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and Governor Brian Kemp, I would like to have a discussion about affordable health care, Medicaid, for the black community. Yes, I am a Republican, but I represent the black community. It is not the white people that will vote me in. It is the black people. And the reason why they will vote me in and going to vote me in is because of the relationship. I must capitalize on this opportunity. I only have 2 years when I'm elected to show that I mean what I say. I want to have conversations with you. I want to talk to you. How can we get some of this state money and allow people who don't have Medicaid to have medical coverage? There is a surplus of money that we need to have a discussion about. And I want to make sure that the funds are allocated to people in our community that has a hard time with health insurance. Mm.
Beautiful.
So as you can see, I'm coming to them like, hey, yeah, we need this. Another thing, we need affordable housing.
How does that work? Because based off the party that you're running under, they don't like to do things like that. How are you gonna make it work with your relationships?
Once again, let me look into the camera. Governor Kemp,
cappuccino.
Yeah, no cappuccino. Lieutenant Governor Jones. And we need to talk about these resources for the black community so they can have affordable houses. This homeless situation is out of control. And the majority of the people that I see on these streets are black folks. As a black Republican, I would like to have dialogue with you. I would like to be able to negotiate on their behalf. See, that's another thing about me. What I'm bringing to the Georgia State Capitol is negotiation. That's a key, that's a skill set that you must have. Now, let's talk about prison reform, right? Governor Kemp, we need to have a conversation about laws as it relates to prison reform. Some of these laws are just not fair to people of color. As you can see, even though I'm not elected yet, I'm already making a pitch to create an opportunity for us to have dialogue because these issues are very important in our community.
Now let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Let's take it a little bit outside of the state because Republicans go under this party, right? Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the immigration crisis they pitch? Is it real? What's happening? How do you feel about that? And how does it affect black families?
Man, do you see what's going on in Chicago?
I see some clips, media clips.
Say, bruh, it's out of control. Now, let me just say this. Most of us are immigrants. Now, if you come into this country, at least have your paperwork right. Coming into the country without legal paperwork, it's hurting us, right?
Yeah.
I heard the mayor up in New York says allow these immigrants to just come into your home because they're giving them money and everything, right?
Yeah. Would you do that?
Negative. And it's not because they're immigrants. It's a spiritual warfare out here. I don't know what you got going on. I might go to sleep and I ain't putting nobody around my soft legs anyway.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So there are amazing stories about immigrants who came to this country and became successful, right, people, right? So I don't have it. I just think that everything must be in order. So if you do something, be in order about it, right? Now, here's another issue that I want to talk about. I want to talk about that demographic of the older people who've been voting Democrat for all these years, right? Because I have a lot of conversation with.
I know some yellow dog Democrats. They call them yellow dog Democrats.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Dogs. All right. Well, let me say this. Life is about change, right? And just like the yellow dogs voted the first black American president, Barack Obama, into office, I want them same people to vote the first black Republican state senator in the history of Georgia State General Assembly. That dude right there, him. Give me an opportunity. Whether you Democrat, Republican, it don't matter. Just give me an opportunity to serve. This is another issue that I think is really damaging our community, Raphael. Our black leaders don't groom the younger to come behind and lead. They stay in these positions all these years, and then when they exit, now we scrambling to fill that position. That's one of the things that I like about Asian, Indians, white people, you know, the Jewish community. I see how they prepare the next, because they're not trying to do this. And the younger generation have a responsibility to take care of the older generation too. But that's not implemented in our community, you know.
Right.
We were once Republicans. We started off as Republicans. And then LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson came, and then we switched over. Now, the Democrat Party is not like how it was when JFK was alive. It's not. It's totally different now. Right? Now, people would say, well, you know, the Democrat Party has allowed change and et cetera, yada, 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 yada. But from what lenses are you looking at it from?
Right.
Right.
So let me ask you this question. Is it lonely being a black Republican?
Lonely. First of all, I'm a loner anyway. I don't kick it with nobody. I just kick it with my wife.
Yeah.
This is a calling, man. Anybody can be a Republican, but it takes a special person to be a black Republican.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I'm willing to take lashes from white liberals, black Democrats. It don't matter to me. I'm giving my life for this. This right here, this dude right here, when I look in the mirror, I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
You understand me?
We are too.
I'm proud of him. And so, as you can see, I'm not even talking about the other party. I'm talking about what I want to do for the community.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these black men that live in Buckhead and then trying to come to the black community to get their vote and then blah, 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 blah. No, bruh. I'm in these streets with these folks.
Do you think Brian Kemp is doing a great job running Georgia? Do you think we're past this race rhetoric that a lot of people like to focus on? Are we past it? Is it still what do you feel?
There's always room for growth. I think when you get into this type of leadership position, things come at you in so many ways.
And how do you feel about Trump and Biden? If you were to put your money on one, which one would you?
First of all, let me say this about Trump, because this is, man, them older black folks, them Democrats in the black community, bruh, first of all, our community is so emotional. Mm-hmm. We are traumatized, right? We are traumatized from slavery, civil rights, Jim Crow, all that other good stuff, and then up to this point, right? So when they talk about Trump, you know, they just go crazy. This, da 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 da. But let me just say this. Man, I'm a fan of Trump, bro, and I'm gonna say it from this perspective. I read a lot of his books, Art of the Deal.
A lot of black people did, to be honest.
Think Like a Billionaire.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I saw him on Home Shopping Network. He was being interviewed. He was promoting Think Like a Billionaire. The lady said, how come you always positive, you know, during difficult times? He said, the church that he grew up in, the pastor, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, wrote a book, The Power of Positive Thinking. Raphael, I promise you, bro, I read the book. It was biblical. It was about biblical scriptures, etc., right? But it was mainly talking about being disciplined, right? And so, for instance, I'm using the content that I learned in that book, even in this situation, knowing that I live in a black community, 98% vote Democrat. So most folks saying, man, you ain't got a chance. Well, when I look at that situation, I say, well, this is a job for El Shaddai, God Almighty. Mm-hmm. When God said do it, I believe it. This is a classic case of David and Goliath. You got an incumbent who's been in office for 20 years, right? Then you got someone like me, not even a politician. But what I bring is a spirit, bro, and respect. I have respect at that Georgia State Capitol, and I'm not even elected yet.
So what can we expect when you get in there? You can look at that camera and let them know what to expect from Furquan Stafford when you get in there.
I'm all about speaking things into existence. So when Senator Stafford is elected, you will see change. You will see that voice. Now, I'm telling you straight up, if there's a policy that come across my table and I'm say, hey, man, does this policy help the constituents in District 10? And they say no, I'm pass on it. I'm going to tell you why. One, I fear God. Number two, I got 23 kids in my program. And there's one little girl named Mary, right? And Miriam looks up to me. Her mother allows me to discipline her when she's doing wrong in school, etc. She went from average to now she's straight A's. Her goal is to make the principal list. I demand that from Miriam. And I don't think that I can look in Miriam's eyes knowing that I did wrong or I didn't stand on business. And I can't do that. I can't do that because of my values. And that's what I like about the Republican Party is that values, right? But me, I have my own values as a man, as a black man, that I'm tired of seeing our black leaders selling our community out for selfish gain. And you can't take none of that with you. You know, my goal right now is to work on my legacy. when I'm dead and gone, I want people to read about me just like I read about so many other great men and women who inspired me. I want people to see, I'm working on a statue. I'm working on my name on a building. I want a street. When I'm dead and gone, I want folks to say Stafford was a man of his word. He made an impact in the community. Even as a black Republican, he stood on business, and for that we respect him and we appreciate him. And the only thing I ask, you can be a Democrat, you can vote for Biden. I'm just asking you to vote for me. Give me an opportunity. It's about bipartisanship. Give me an opportunity to serve the community. I want to serve you guys. I want to fight for you guys, and I'm that dude to fight for you.
I appreciate that. So what we're gonna do is go into a little trivia and break it up a little bit, right? And you a music person. You love music. You love culture. We have conversations outside of this, and
It depends on what. If you talking about this.
no. This is
Okay, all right.
You could just give me your top 5 hip hop.
Is it Dead or Alive?
No, we won't give him. I won't line them up this way. No, we'll be fair to him. You just give me your top 5 hip hop albums and your top
All eyes on me.
Your top 2 soul albums.
All eyes on me.
Great album, classic.
I grew up on Tupac, My Ambition as a rider. That's what you're looking at, a rider.
Okay, that's one.
For real.
4 more.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man, that Goody Mob. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man, that Goody Mob, man.
Yeah.
Say, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Man, CeeLo, man, them boys talk about substance, man. You know, things to feed the soul up in here, man. And
That's 2. 3 more.
man, I'm gonna go with that Southern Playalistic, man.
Okay, that's 2 for 2 tonight.
You know.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Outcast out there.
That's 3.
And because I'm from that H-town, the South Side, to be respectfully, man, Fat Pat, man, Ghetto Dreams.
Okay.
Ghetto Dreams. Ghetto
Okay.
Dreams, man.
That's 4.
Man,
1 more.
man, them ghetto boys, man. Them ghetto boys.
I had a
man.
feeling he was going Scarface.
Hey, man, them ghetto boys, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, bruh, that's why.
You still give me your 2 soul albums.
What?
Soul albums. And it could be from from Patti LaBelle to whoever you want to go.
My one is American EP2.
This guy good. He pretty much got my vote right.
No. Listen, bruh. When you called me, I took a screenshot, right, of the song that I was listening.
Yeah.
And on Spotify, when you listening to each song, it has a video.
Yeah.
The video the song that I was listening to, it had your wife on there.
Yeah.
Didn't I take a screenshot and send it
I think
to
she
you?
did that too. I actually didn't do the photo. I think she put it up there and just.
I don't know,
I'm
but
joking.
okay. Now,
I'm just joking.
all right, so I got one more.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Soul albums.
Solo album?
Soul.
Soul?
Soul. I mean, but you gonna get up and you gonna get you excited to get out to bed in the morning. You gonna run this selection to. What's that record gonna be? Anybody got a timer for him?
I'm just
Got a
trying.
timer?
Okay, all right. Man, I don't know. I mean,
No, you
because
got
like,
one. You got one.
R&B soul.
R&B soul. You can go.
Shaka Marvin.
I'm gonna go with Marvin Gaye.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. No,
Hey,
no,
man.
no, no.
Hey,
What's the
listen,
name of
man.
the album? What's the name of the album? No. You gotta tell me the name of the album. It gotta be. It has to be.
Hey,
an album
what's
that you
going
go-
on?
Fair game.
Hey, what's going on?
Fair game.
What's
That's a
going
great
on?
album.
What's
That's a great
going
album.
on? What's going on?
Political.
It's a great album.
Yeah,
It's a
what's
great
going
album.
on? What's
It's a
going
great
on?
album.
Yeah, what's going on?
So we're gonna do this then. You can look at that camera, let them know why they're gonna vote for you. And we're gonna wrap it up. And y'all gonna follow my man Journey IG, Facebook, and give it to him.
First of all, my slogan for my campaign is, if anyone can, Stafford can, right? And that's why you should vote for me, to give me an opportunity to serve you as your state senator for District 10. I believe that I can negotiate. I believe that I can work on both aisles to come up with policies that impact our community for all constituents in District 10. I am a family man. I'm God-fearing. I am something that you will be proud of. I represent, Lord Jesus, hey, I represent the new Black American.
Okay, then. We're
Yeah.
going to wrap it right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Y'all know who y'all
The
rocking
new
with.
Black American.
Y'all know who y'all rocking with. He
Yeah,
did a great
the new
job.
Black American.
We here, Politics and Black Family. Episode 3 is wrapped. Thanks for everybody that came out and joined us. We will see y'all out there. Peace.
All right, thank you.
Let's go. Good?
Yeah, it was great. You did a great job.
You sure?
No fathers in the home, we gotta fix that. No banks to give us loans, we gotta fix that. I know you made it on your own and I commend that. Nothing is something, ayy, represent that. Don't focus on the failure just to get back. Young Black successful, young Black Atlanta. Don't lose your soul for condos and traffic. Don't lose your focus for Mondays at Magic. Don't sell your granite house, ask the ancestors. Think of boycotts.